What's up guys, Tyler Casey here from CinePacks, and today I'm going to walk you through everything that comes in the TV screen effects pack. Today I'm going to be walking you through this on Premiere Pro. It's pretty much the same for all editing software, but we also do have other tutorials out there in Final Cut, Sony Vegas, and DaVinci Resolve, so look for those. So I'm going to walk you through in what comes in this entire pack. This pack is pretty big. It's about I want to say 18 gigabytes, and a lot of stuff comes in it. In this folder we have all these PNG TVs and like handheld devices that you can use in your videos. I'm going to walk you through and show you guys how to use those, but these are pretty much just basic PNGs. Then we have some VHS overlay effects. Those that's actually from our free pack. Just threw those in there so you guys could get the effect. And then we have this cool TV PNG right there. Some sound effects in there for you guys as well. In this folder, there's a bunch of TV PNGs. These are a bunch of different scenes with different lighting, so you can actually use these. These have a really cool look, and you just drag these right over your footage. So I'm gonna go ahead and start importing everything into Premiere. So in these separate files, we have the color TV look. So yeah, I'll go ahead and drag this folder right into Premiere Pro. And I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'll drag this one in as well. In this pack, we also included green screen ones for Sony Vegas or any other editing programs if alpha files do not work. So we have green screen ones, so you could actually key these out in Sony Vegas. So that is useful. And I'm gonna grab this nifty folder right here. So let's start off with this one right here. So this is, you can see these are the video files, they're alpha, and they have moving things on them. So it makes the scene feel a lot more realistic. So I'm actually gonna drag that. I'm gonna create a sequence. And then we also have this TV screen. Some of them come with the TV screen and some do not. This is one of the only ones that comes with a video TV screen. So it matches right up. Without the TV screen, we can actually see through this. So what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna scale this all the way down. Let's grab that so it fits right in the scene. So I'm gonna scale it up just a little bit, and there we go. We have this right here. So if I turn back on the TV screen, we obviously cannot see. So what we're gonna wanna actually do is we're gonna wanna change that blending mode to add, and now we actually get the reflection on the TV screen like it's being lit. So it's pretty much the same, all of them, if they have a TV screen or not. So this one has a PNG TV screen. So it actually just drag it all the way out. And we just want to line that up right there. Boom. And then we actually want to change that blending mode to add. And then we can actually play around with the opacity. And then we'll scale back up our clip. So now you can see it's playing on the actual screen. So it actually looks like it's playing. So what we can do as well is maybe we could we actually don't want that keyframe. We can actually turn down the opacity to get it to where we like it. Another thing that we can do to help sell this effect is we can actually duplicate this layer right here. So we're gonna duplicate the TV layer. And the first thing I wanna do is I actually wanna turn down the exposure. So I'm gonna make it quite a bit darker. I'm gonna turn off that top layer. Perfect, just like that. And then what I'm actually gonna wanna do is I'm gonna wanna come over to effects. I'm gonna grab a Gaussian blur. And this is just like a little bonus tip to help sell the effect of the TVs. And I'm gonna blur it quite a bit. So somewhere around there. And now what I wanna do is I actually wanna scale it down. Usually I scale it down about like 95. So if we turn back on that top layer and then we flick this one on and off, we get a nice little vignette. I really like the look of this, and like, let's say you think it's a little too intense, like let's say you scale it down to, I don't know, let's say 90. You can also play around with the blending modes, and you can play with the opacity. So I like the way this looks, and one other cool thing that we can do is we can also throw on some of the VHS effects that we offer for free. So if I come into TV PNG, I go to overlay effects, I could just drag on one of these, I can cut it right there. And I just want to make sure it's the same size as the TV screen. So yeah, that looks good. Drag it right there in the middle. And you're going to want to change that blending mode to lighten, dodge, add as well. We have a VHS effect on the screen. So one other thing that we can do is we could select all these. We could come down to nest and click OK. And now what we can do is we can scale position. We could even do rotation if you want. We're going to add camera movement. So we could do a nice slow push in on the scene. And yeah, vice versa, you could go out, doesn't matter. Just nesting it gives you options for animating the scene and making it feel a little bit real. You just have to make sure to nest it. It kind of feels trippy because in the actual clip we're dollying forward, so it kind of creates like a weird effect, but you get the idea. That's pretty much how to use all the TV effects. There's a lot of TV effects in there. We have some of these retro ones. And let's say this one doesn't have a screen effect because sometimes the lighting was a little weird and we weren't able to include it. So easily from like one of the warehouse ones, we could easily grab one of these screens just like this, drag it right under, and we just want to scale it to the similar size. Boom. And I also have one more tip for you guys as well. So let's go to distort. And what we can do actually is if we come down to lens distortion, we can actually play with the curvature and we can make it look like it's actually curved on the TV. So you can play around with how much you think it should be curved. I think this looks pretty good. Let's scale it up just a little bit more. And now it looks like it's curved on the TV. So with a little VHS on there, I think that could look really nice. And then you can nest them all and make it look good. I'll show you guys how to use the transparent PNGs as well. These are a lot of fun. So these are pretty similar. You could do the same effects, but one cool thing about these is you can do a lot with these. So one, you could have them fill the whole screen and you could just have it like that. It's kind of like just like an overlay. But another cool thing is you can actually put them on any background. So cool thing is, so let's just take that same clip of that trainer right there. I'll keep lens distortion on, why not? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag that right in the middle. I'm gonna make it fit. And so with these, you wanna just crop everything out. So I'm gonna make a mask. Make sure you can edit the mask, and then we're gonna come up, drag everything just so nothing else is peeking out. You don't have to worry about those on the other ones, but this one you do. Looks like my bottom is cutting off just a little bit. So I have the effect just like that. So now what I can do is I can also create the, so now what we can do, let's say we have our clip, you can do the duplicating and you can do all that stuff. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna nest these two together. So now I can actually animate the TV on any background. So I can have it zoom in here. So the TV can zoom in and we could get all sorts of cool effects like that. So this could be really useful for a promo, a music video, anything like that. And one of the coolest thing is if we just grab a color matte, you can put any type of footage underneath. I'm just going to show you that it works with a color matte. So it works with a color matte. So I'm just dragging right under and you can see it works with any other footage underneath. But yeah, so that's really cool. There's a bunch of stuff to play around with in here. You can also, I forgot, you can also drag on any of the screens on this. The screens do work on the smaller TVs. So if I grab this tiny little screen here, I drag it on. If I want like some more texture, I could change that to add. You could also play around with overlay. You could play around with screen. And I'll just turn down that opacity just to make it look a little bit more like it's playing on an actual TV. So I hope you guys found this useful. If you guys enjoy this pack, make sure to leave it a review on the site. That would be really appreciated. If you guys did not buy this pack, make sure to download the free download. We have a free sample pack of this so you could test it out, see if it works in your editing software, use it in any project, have fun with it. I hope you guys found this useful. I'm Tyler Casey with CinePacks. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.